Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another installment of Poke Fodder. Well, I don't know how to start this installment, actually, because let me just say that two rumors to dispel right off the top. The first rumor is, yes, I ran a full DO deck yesterday for a few games, and quite honestly, I lost the very first time I used it, and I had never run a full DO deck, and just wanted to try it out before the readjustment happened, and I won a few games, but not enough that I felt like it was a deck I wanted to use all the time. And I probably didn't have the best setup. I think I had 2 Deoxys speed, an attack, a normal, and a defense. I can't remember exactly, but I think that is what I ran. If that's 6 figures, maybe I ran 2 normals. I can't remember. But oh no, I was running a Shuppet in there. Anyway, it was pretty funny that I lost right off the bat after all the hype of the Deoxys deck. The next rumor that I want to dispel is with this new update, 3.0.7 that was released last night, the Deoxys decks are not dead. It is still extremely valuable, and the ability to be able to choose your matchups is something that no other deck can give you, and that's not going away. Now, what has happened is the configuration of 3 speed Deoxys, taking your entry points by turn 4, that is probably done with the new changes in the plate. But just running a Deoxys deck is a partial Deoxys deck is still extremely strong. And if anything, it's going to make those players have to learn to be better players, simply because in order to do the switching, you have to actually be on the field, which is going to leave your speed Deoxys, if you rush him all the way to the other person's goal right off the bat, he's going to get smacked around. But the problem that you run into there, just like in the grass gym with the Phantoms, is if I run my Phantom down the board and you come and try to smack him on turn 1 or turn 2, and I roll a dodge, it's basically a good game for you. Same thing with speed. If I can get all the way down to your inner corner, if you want to come out and attack me, that's fine. The dodge is not the largest piece on the wheel, but if I land that dodge, or if the Deoxys user lands that dodge, or if you land a dodge, or if you land a purple, it's game over. So that's going to give the Deoxys user the opportunity to, on turn 2, instead of bringing out another speed and closing on your entry point, that's going to allow him to bring out his Deoxys A, switch the plate, and now you're right back to facing basically a full Deoxys deck while they set up their board. They're not dead. There's more diversity, and diversity is good, but to think that, in my opinion, to think that your Deoxys are done, they're no more, you're not going to see them, I don't think that's going to be right. I think the Deoxys users are going to continue to use them, and I think the Deoxys users are actually going to become better players. There. That's what I've said. Next thing is, depending on when you're watching this video, there is a known bug. When status effects are being implemented in games, it's causing it to crash, and I believe if you attack somebody who has a status effect, it's causing it to crash. I personally have not had this happen except for in quest mode. I'm back to, since there's no Gem Cup, I am back to farming coins, because there are some, I don't want to say new Pokemon, a little bit of foreshadowing there, but there are new viable Pokemon that are in the game that I would like to use. And mine are level 1, so I need to get them up to at least level 4, preferably level 5. But let's go into some of the changes in a minute. You know what? They changed the graphic on these lock boosters, and I apologize. I've not done my homework. I don't even know what the changes of the locked boosters are, but I know they made changes, and it was more than just a graphics change. I'm ready to pop this thing open, so let's just do that. I'm thinking you can get commons out of them now. Maybe not. The Golbat, don't need. Yeah, so you can get commons now, Poliwag. And I don't think you could get commons before. A rare metal R. Okay. So what was that? Three Pokemon and a metal. And if you'll notice, it wasn't the white booster, it wasn't the blue, it wasn't the gold, it wasn't the orange, it wasn't the purple, and it wasn't the rainbow. So I'm wondering if that is what you're gonna get. And I apologize, I feel really bad that I haven't done my homework on that. You can get commons, and it's a different type of booster. So it is what it is. First things first, let's go into the messages. The first thing you'll notice is, that's not what I want, is the maintenance ran overtime, so you're gonna get 20 extra gems. Very nice, thank you. On the West Coast of the United States, so California where I am, I'm always asleep during the maintenance periods, so when it runs over, I have no idea. To me, it's just free gems. I didn't lose any playing time, and I understand that this is a worldwide game, so there were probably many of you who were not able to play the game, and that's unfortunate. For me, it's free gems for sleeping. I will take free gems for sleeping. Next, we are back with orange boosters, and they are going to be grass or water type figures such as Chestnut, Greninja, which Greninja is not available in the store via booster packs, and we will get into the new boosters in a moment. This is, if they follow suit, this means that we're gonna have a grass water gym. It's probably gonna be the water gym, since we just had the grass gym, where water's gonna get the additional MP and grass will get the plus 20, which is gonna make Phantom a complete nightmare, but he'll only be able to move 2 places, so maybe not a total nightmare. Sceptile and Virizion are gonna be dropping tons and tons and tons of damage. Gonna be interesting. All those gyms, they're always wild. It's a completely different animal, a completely different beast, but the fact that the orange boosters are grass and water is gonna lead me to believe that is what we're gonna get. And that is, I did not think they were gonna bring water for the next gym simply because they were taking Greninja out of the quad boosters. I was pretty sure that it was not gonna be water, so my apologies on there, I was wrong. Same thing with these as always, the booster is gonna run until the 10th. Typically, that would mean that the Gym Cup would start on the 10th, but with the last orange boosters, they started the Gym Cup halfway through, so we could just be a week away. I'm gonna go ahead and say that they're probably gonna wait until the 10th. That is strictly a guess, and I'm basing that off of the information that I will go over next. Basic stuff here as far as the rest of those boosters. And now, the not so new banner. And here's where the foreshadowing came in. There's nothing new here. You have Dialga, Palkia, Empoleon, Blastoise, Manaphy. There's nothing new. They're recycled, and Dialga, Palkia, and Empoleon all got stat readjustments that make them viable and really nice Pokemon, I believe. I haven't had a whole lot of experience testing them out, but I think it makes them viable if you have the right deck configuration. I know a lot of people will be excited about the opportunity to get Manaphy back. Water decks seem like they're rising to the top again. Not that they fell far from the top, but I think when the game was launched in North America, water was kind of the meta. And then with some of the changes, and then of course with the Deoxys Reuniclus, water fell out of favor. Then grass came in. And I feel like now that you can get Manaphy again, and with some of the stat changes, maybe water's going to rise back up to in the conversation of the best meta. And I don't think there is a best meta. I think it's more about synergy and building a deck that complements itself. And I think that is the new meta. Going through this, that's really all that there is. You know, it's a lot of changes, but then when it came to the actual booster, there wasn't a whole lot of change. It was recycled Pokemon. Here's the deck that I put together. I think I have to play one more league match. Wait, win 2 consecutive league matches. I thought I had already done that. Well, no, guess not. I'm gonna jump in with my water deck using Empoleon and Palkia, which are 2 of the readjusted. They are only level 1, so they're susceptible to not being as good as they possibly could. I do know with Empoleon, they changed one of his miss sections to a dodge, and then they lowered, he can at level 5 be 0 miss. And then with Palkia, he has 120, and if you tie, then with the 120, the opponent gets removed from the game. So interesting there. And I can confirm that if you go Palkia versus Palkia, then they both roll the same number. They both get eliminated from the duel. I can confirm that. I tried it in a room match with the sole purpose of trying it out, and it is indeed what happens. And here, right off the bat, we go up against a speed deck, a Deoxys deck, but it's a hybrid deck, kind of what I thought. And we are going to have to concede the entry point. But this is kind of the configuration I was talking about. Wait, that's weird. It says he's chain leveled 1. Look at this guy. Like, seriously? This guy's trying to do the swap spot cheese? I don't think so, buddy. This is weird, though. His Deoxys A says chain level 1, but it's not. I guess he needs to go in and reallocate his chain levels. If you were running Empoleon, Palkia, Dialga, I guess Deoxys A, previous to this update. Oh goodness, hold on. Okay, if I go here, I guess is my only play. Then you will need to reallocate your chain levels, and then you will also need to, I don't think you need to redo your spacing. I think that stays fine. I am going to, we are going to, what do we want to do? I think we will bring Empoleon out. This is the first time I've used Empoleon or Heatran. I don't even have a Heatran. And so I have to think here for a second. That should be pretty easy to take him out here. Okay. I kind of like having the built-in long throw plate. I think it's a huge asset, a huge benefit. And Greninja, I'm going to need you to not screw around. I need you to just go ahead and take care of the Shuppet. Quit rolling dodge. That is my biggest annoyance in this game. Is right now I have to get rid of this Shuppet before he sets up his entire board. And I'm rolling dodges. I need to, I guess I could have attacked with Empoleon. I don't know. His dodge is a lot less. That might have been the smarter play. And again, and now he's gonna make me respin. So see, Deoxys is not gone. Like there's, I don't, goodness gracious. We are actually going to take this opportunity to get rid of the Deoxys. Like they're not gone. They're as strong as ever. They just have different weaknesses. And if you're running more than one attack, Deoxys, then you can probably. I'm gonna go ahead and try this attack with less of a dodge chance. Good. If you're running more than one attack, yeah, he's gonna go back to the bench for weight 3. But if you have multiples, it's not that big a deal because you can kind of stall out on the board elsewhere. So now that we have all that covered, I can kind of concentrate on what I'm doing here. I could have done that better. Probably should have left Empoleon back. I don't know that Empoleon, I almost called him Napoleon. I don't know that Empoleon is actually much of an attacker. I feel like he's probably more of a defender type Pokemon. Come on, roll your dodge. You've been doing it all game. Of course not. Alright, well. This is not really going great for me. I feel like I have no rhythm to this game, and maybe it's because I'm chit-chatting while doing this, but no good. He rolled a miss. Maybe he was just trying to suicide his Speed Deoxys to get his Deoxys attack form back out. But what do I want to do? Okay, this is what I want to do. Because I need to get my Empoleon out of there before he gets surrounded. So I expect to move his Deoxys A to right there. And then I'm kind of wasting, but not really wasting, my gold block to get him out of there. And I just remembered that I do have the Dark Energy plate. So I can bring out Palkia here in a minute and then trigger that, which is going to mean, well, it's going to be difficult to recycle my... I'm going to do this. I'm going to get a little more firepower right there next to my goal. Lots of mobility. Just got to make it work. Get some of this pressure off. That didn't matter. It did not matter. What does he have? And he has a hurdle jump. So this is not cool. Do I bring out the extra Pokemon? I can't get to my goal. I think we will just go here and try to trigger the evolution, which we do. I guess I could have brought my Greninja out. Then I couldn't make it to the goal. This way, I lose either way. Well, so maybe it didn't matter. I guess maybe giving up my entry point would have been better. And he's going to take it anyways, but that's okay. So now, let's see if we can't trigger. So we can't get him off the board. Of course, he rolls the dodge. Dodge is becoming my arch nemesis in this game. Once again, I feel like my only play here is to get rid of this Deoxys. Oh, good. So that worked out. And he had Roost. So that actually worked out all the way around. And really the weight 3 only means that Deoxys misses one turn. That's a bummer. I cannot buy a break on a spin these days. Oh, and just as I'm saying that, I get a break. Can I do it again, though? And not roll a dodge. Nice. Job, Greninja. Still not going to be able to get anything on the board. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Interesting. I feel like maybe checking Glaceon is my best option here. Good job, good job. I will tell you, having spent just barely any time with Gyarados, I've become... He's not the perfect Pokemon. The reason being that... What's that off? Being that when he's rolling his 112 Hyper Beam, that it becomes the opponent's turn after that spin. And so if you're sitting, say, right here, and you knock out their goalie with Hyper Beam, then what ends up happening is they can keep recycling their Pokemon continuously, and that's not good, because you can't ever get a turn. They can just continually bring a Pokemon here and attack, and here and attack, and as long as you keep rolling Hyper Beam, eventually you're going to roll a miss. Hopefully, eventually you also are going to roll a a storm. Okay, I'm actually okay with that. Thank you. Which is going to lead to the surround kill here. And then he'll bring out Deoxys. Okay. Oh, he didn't. I figured he'd straight up attack me. I think we'll just go there. He might bring whatchamacallit right there, no? So that actually did what I wanted it to do. This guy's super, super aggressive. Nice. I guess I could trigger my Dark Energy Plate, but then I wouldn't. It'd be more difficult to get out both my Greninja and my Manaphy. Can't attack there. Can't do anything there. I guess I could have attacked, and then if he got Slip, we're going to need a lot of Water Shurikens. Oh, he's not touching anybody, though. That'd have been a bummer. I'm going to come up here. He's probably going to bring speed down to here. Oh. Interesting play. Well, I need you to hold up for one. Dang it. Just needed him to hold up for one spin there. I've got him covered, so there's a lot of good outcomes here. Anything but a miss and I win. Okay. Alright. So now we are going to take the Ninja up the lane here. He'll probably bring Deoxys there, as expected. Not going to switch out, and if I lose this, I think I get surrounded. I have too many win conditions against Deoxys with Manaphy on the board. That's going to be the outright KO. And yeah, I would have been surrounded by Glaceon there. there to close that off. It's probably gonna bring Glaceon right here to force me. No. Okay. I have to do this, even though if I miss, I get surrounded. Or if he dodges. And that goes to what I was saying earlier about if you roll the dodge, if he rushes out and then rolls the dodge when you attack him on T2, then it's GG. So should I bring Manaphy over to here? I had to take that risk because if Gyarados knocks him out with Storm, I'm pretty sure it would have taken out both. It would have taken out both Glaceon and him, which would have set me up for the easy surround. And because I'm so far down on time, I felt like that was my best win condition. I'm not going to let you go there. It will probably bring speed out. No, he wants to attack. I like my matchup there. And Manaphy is not known as an offensive threat, but my 42 can cover his 40. And in the late stages of a game like this, sometimes you have to go with different tactics than what you would normally use to win a game. Unconventional play, as it would be. So Manaphy's doing the work. He's probably going to bring Glaceon to here, which means I'm going to move Greninja up to replace Glaceon's spot. Then I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Oh, that was an interesting play. I don't know that Shuppet has any wins versus... Of course I'm going to go there. If I roll Manaphy's Song, then it's GG. If I don't lose, it's good game. And that's going to be the victory. Well done. Really never felt like I was in great control of that game until the later ends. I'm sure you guys will point out all the mistakes that I made. But the end result was a victory, and I think I'm going to open 2 chests because of it. I think I got the daily and then the special mission, so we'll open those up for you guys. And the 2260, I believe, is my new monthly high there. Always feel good about that. We're gonna be doing a lot of heavy pushing here soon to try to get in those top 1200 for the 30 booster tickets. Win 2 consecutive league matches. I will take that. And we get a rare metal common. Play 5 league matches. We did that. We get the special wheel. Now I know you guys are think I'm crazy, but quite honestly, I want the ingot uncommon times 4. I need gold. I'm broke, and I have a booster ticket. So great. I'm not in love with the current booster, but I did get the 3. Oh, and everybody got the 3 booster tickets for logging in today. So I have 4. Only because I'm doing this for YouTube. That's the only reason why I'm using these right now. I have no desire for opening this. I don't even know. There's nothing that I'm looking for. So here we go. And Cottony. It will not be a sad day when Cottony is gone. I'm just going to cash him into coins. How about if we can go with just a common? I don't even want an uncommon. I just want a common this time. Darn. Another common, probably a Cottony, a Skorupi. We can do without a Skorupi. Yeah, you know, now that I'm thinking, the more I think about it, if you don't need a mana fee, I don't know if there's really any reason to buy these boosters. If I don't know. Last one. I feel like I just wasted a quad pack here. And they're all uncommon, which means they're all garbage. There's, he's not garbage. I actually have, I think I have him at level 5. So I can fuse him away. So there you go. That is going to do it for today's video. Let me know what kind of creative decks you guys are putting together. We will get into the Flame Energy and some of the Dialgas later down the road. Just what I thought was going to be a huge day kind of fizzled a little on me. But nonetheless, there were some good changes in the game. And it's always good to see some of the older Pokemon or different Pokemon become relevant again. If Dialga and Palkia are even relevant again. I believe Empoleon is relevant because of his passive and he's a little stronger. And we didn't get into, I don't know that he was really ever challenged, but he's got the knockout where if he dies, then the opponent turns to ice. So that's always a nice benefit. But other than that, not the big explosion, meta changing, game changing release that I think a lot of people were expecting. But then again, the grass and tropical energy was huge a couple weeks ago. So maybe it's not such a bad thing that they pumped the brakes a little bit on completely changing the meta again. This will give people who invested a lot of resources into the tropical plates to be able to utilize them for more than 2 weeks. I would be a little salty if all of a sudden Sceptile was garbage, or if all of a sudden Virizion was garbage. I'd be a little salty about that if I'd pumped a lot of resources like I did to get them up to level 5. So anyway, that's going to do it for today's installment. I hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you liked what you saw. I believe we're going to do a live stream on Thursday. Don't quote me on that, and I will keep you up to date on further details. But until next time.